Welcome to our Excel training. Let's do a nice application using new formulas on how to get conditional totals in our lists in Microsoft Excel. Let's get the sales averages of our departments based on regions with the new features in Excel 365. For this, first of all, let me take our region values here, our title here, and paste it here again like this. I took the width exactly as 1. Now we will reduce the data here to 1. For this, we use the unique formula from our new formulas. After writing unique, let's select the range as wide as possible, for example, up to 50 or up to 100. After selecting this place, when you press Enter, it brought the D5, D100 range that we selected down to 1. Now to remove the 0 here, we will use the trim range formula from our new formulas. An interesting use of it. When you put a dot in front of this value, Excel automatically deletes the spaces below starting from D5. This is the use of the trim range formula. Now let's bring this in a sorted form. For this, we say sort again. And let's go to the end and close the parenthesis. Let's bring this here in order. Now we're going to bring the departments here. I'm going to do the same thing to bring the departments here, equals unique. And let's select the range from here again, up to 100 like this. When you press Enter, look at the departments in the same way. To remove the 0 at the end, we come back after these 2 points and put a point here. This is a feature of the trim range formula that we started using in 365 friends. Now this too, we need to turn it sideways. For this, let's go back to the beginning of this formula. It is equal. Let's use the transpose formula. Let's go to the end. Let's close the parenthesis. Look when you press Enter. These should come like this. Now if we want to get the totals of the sections here, if we want to get a total of how much we pay to which department in which region, equals, Sumifs much add. After writing Sumifs, first of all, where will I sum? Look here again, let me select it briefly and make this 100. Add this range, we'll lock this with F4. Let's come back to the beginning of this and lock it with F4. Semicolon, then our conditions, we have 2 conditions, region condition and department condition. Let's make the range here like this again and make the value here 100. And let's select both of them and press F4 to fix them. Semicolon in this range, find the value in this range. What are we going to fix with this? This is what this data will come like this and fix. If the data is going down, the letter above is fixed. Like this, semicolon. Our second condition is to select the departments again. Let's write 100 from here again. And let's select both of them and fix them to F4 like this. Again, comma in the dot. Our condition here is to find this. So what are we going to fix with this? This is if we are going to pull the data to the right. Look, if the data is going to the right, the numbers on the left are fixed. That's why we come here. We fix the number again by pressing F4. It is a formula that we can do very simply with a pivot table, but it is a feature, but here we used a very good total formula. When you pull it down like this and when you pull it sideways, you will see the totals coming. Let's separate them from the thousands by using Shift exclamation mark. So what would happen if we made the same table pivot? We could easily do this table in a similar way with a pivot table. This table would be a more flexible table. You can easily do operations such as adding and subtracting in between, adding a column in between, doing an insert here and there, and moving the data here to the side. The very good sum formula in Excel is one of the best known formulas in terms of reporting. Now let's do the same feature with a pivot table. After clicking on our table from here, we say pivot table from insert again. From here, let's choose location by saying exiting worksheet. Look here, when you put our region to rows, department to columns, and values to values, you can easily create the same table here. This decision is yours. So in which case will we use collapsed sum? In which case will we use pivot tables? If we need to create a table like this, it is easier to do it with a pivot table. But when there are conditions like greater than or less than 3000 based on the regions here, pivot tables are useless. You can definitely use collapse sum formulas like this. You need to know. Our decision is this. If we are going to get a straight total in the tables we create, pivot tables are the easiest method. But I am giving an example like greater than or less than. In Florida, it's big in Florida, over 3000. If we want to get the totals, then the pivot table will not work. We need to use the Sumifs formula.